Good morning. I'm David Frensley with Mountain View Kennel Incorporated. This is Pink Puppy. Can you see her collar there? Pink Puppy is a little over 5 weeks old. Say hi. Hi. And today we're doing the 5-week temperament test. Due to the weather, we're a day late of doing it, but we're gonna let you see if there's any changes or not from last week to this week. I'm learning more about them just by watching them throughout the day and seeing how they interact with the other puppies. When I have the pen open, cleaning it, who explores out, who stays in and plays, who comes to me, all the different things that they're doing. We try to make note of it so that we can follow their progress along. Pink Puppy is kind of middle of the pack, other than she likes to eat. She's one of our bigger ones, but she's laid back, easy going so far. And we're gonna start out with the over the head test. Hold her up for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And as you can tell, she's perfectly relaxed. She could care less. Her heart rhythm didn't go up hardly at all. And what this tells us is how comfortable they are or uncomfortable they may be in new environments and facing new things. All dogs will hesitate when you try to take them into a car for the first time or take them on a shiny floor for the first time. What we're looking for is how much it bothers them. And it can change from week to week as they get older. All dogs go through different phases. She's kind of middle of the line. I don't think she's gonna put up, it will give you much resistance. She may stop and look, but with a little encouragement from you, we feel like she would follow right along with you. The next temperament test we're gonna do is looking for dominance. We hold them on their back for 10 seconds. The longer they wait before they start whining or crying, the less dominant traits they're allowed to be. Now, after that first temperament test, we had some people ask us if dominant means aggression. None of our dogs have ever been aggressive towards anybody or any person or any other dogs for that matter. All it means is it's more like confidence, where they submit to another dog. Where, some dogs will run up to another more dominant dog and just submissive pee or roll over on their back, or will they stand and hold their ground? Not meaning that they'll stand up and let the other dog sniff them and they'll sniff the other dog. That's more what we're looking for there. So we're gonna hold Pink Puppy on our back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I don't know if you can see it on camera, but one of the things I like is she's looking back at me. She's not just staring off into the sky, she's actually looking back at me. And she's so relaxed. She could care less. Good girl, Pink. Pink was one of the 2 puppies that actually ventured out into the snow yesterday trying to get to me. She didn't go quite as far as Royal Blue did when it was snowing and we had the door open cleaning their pen out, but she did try to come to me. The next test we're gonna do, and last week I called it a nose test because it does test their nose, but it also tells us whether they're more food motivated or whether they're more people motivated or whether they are curious, how curious they are. And what we do is put them down on the floor where they can smell their food and see if they'd rather go to me or our son, who's the camera person, or whether they like to go out exploring. Now this can also vary depending on how hungry they are or not. Right now they're about 2 hours away from their next feed time, so she feels good and full. We'll see what happens when we put her down. While she's down and distracted, we will drop this pan lid to see how they react to noises. This tells us, if they're gonna have a tendency to be scared of gunshot or if they have a tendency to be scared of thunder and that kind of stuff. Of course, a lot of that can be owner induced too. One of the biggest mistakes owners make is they cuddle the dog when it's nervous about things, telling, oh, it's gonna be okay, it's all right. Well, if you do that, whatever you give a dog attention, whatever it's doing at the time, you're encouraging that behavior. So if your dog is nervous and upset and you give it praise and attention, it's gonna think you want it to be that way. What we do instead is we switch it from the reactionary side of the brain to the thinking side by giving it commands to do. We'll tell it to sit or to down, and then when it does it, we praise it for that calm, sturdy behavior. I'm gonna have to wake her up, I think, to put her down. She's finding my talk boring. I hope y'all not. But let's lay her down and see what happens. Or set her down. Good girl. Good girl. There you go. Oh, sweet girl. Sweet girl. Trying to decide what you want to do? Hmm? Yeah. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. Yeah. Let's drop this pan lid and see what you do. Good girl. She didn't run and hide. She did react slightly. Good girl. There you go. And this is pretty much Pink's personality. Laid back, calm, but not scared. She will wonder. She will explore. Good girl. See her using her nose to check things out. Good girl. Good girl, Pink. Good girl. What are you smelling underneath there? All right. Had a good girl. You had a good girl. This concludes week 5 temperament test of Pink Puppy. And say we'll see you next week. Next week we may do the temperament test towards the end of the week because they have their 6-week checkup at the beginning of the week, Monday, with their vet. And we want to make sure they have time to recover from their vaccinations and all, so it doesn't affect their temperament or personalities any for the filming. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.